Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more AFL Live Evolution. We're playing as the Brisbane Lions. This is episode 3 of the Coach Career Mode. Welcome back to the series, guys. If you still are enjoying this series and would like to see more, the best thing you guys can do is leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section down below players you would like me to sign for the start of next season. I'm going to put in the description below a short list of players that I've nailed down who I'd really love to bring to the Brisbane Lions next season. We'll also go through our objectives. I'll go through the playing style. We're also playing 2 matches in today's episode, the first of which is against the Western Bulldogs down in Melbourne at ADELAIDE Stadium, and then we also face Port Adelaide as well. We're facing the former premiers here today, so this is going to be a really big test for our title. If we can win the minor premiership, I'll be really happy, and if we can make a successful run in the finals, maybe try and get to the final, try and win the premiership would be our main objective, if I'm being honest. So let's quickly go through how we've been doing this season. So we've won 4 games in a row. We haven't lost a single match this season thus far, along with Hawthorn. So we're currently sitting in first, but this is going to be a real test here today against the Western Bulldogs, the former premiers, like I said. So for this season, I want to play a very direct sort of play. I want to get it straight to Hipwood and Rich. I want to be playing very centrally. I'm going to be doing minimum handballs. I don't particularly want to stretch my play to the wings. I want to use the mid lanes. The thing is, right, it's just been working so well. Having Rich at centre forward, Hipwood nearly got it there. Matthew Boyd manages to intercept, trying to get it to Rich once more, and the Western Bulldogs are playing some nice sort of just possession-based play. So that's basically if the thing is, right, if any team works this out, just if you can nullify Rich and you can nullify Hipwood, you pretty much just really weakened our attack. We have an okay defense, but the thing is, for this Brisbane Lions side, our best defense is our attack, if I'm being honest, and Zorko gets tackled there. Pretty scrappy piece of play at the start for the Brisbane Lions and the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs dominating possession, as I said there. So we are playing on the very hard difficulty now, and depending on how the season goes, we could pop it up to legendary in the next. But I think looking at the moment, seeing how the Western Bulldogs are just dominating me in possession, I think the very hard difficulty is the way to go. So like I said, I put in the description below players I would like to sign for next season. The Western Bulldogs line up outside of 50. A Torp goes in, and Tory Dickinson manages to make it the first goal for the Bulldogs. So I want to bring in a new forward next season, so let me know if you agree or disagree with some of these. Buddy Franklin, Ben Brown, Tex Walker, Jack Gunston and Revolt. In the midfield, Bontempelli, Dangerfield, Patrick, Nat Fife, Adam Prior, Zacharias, Dustin Martin, Isaac Henney, Luke Dalhouse, Alir, we've got Tom McDonald, Jeremy Howe, Alex Rance, Grant Birchall in the defence. Maybe getting like Nick Natanui, Max Gow and Leuenberger. Here we go, Ryan Lester breaking away. We've got Bastanak, Lester and Hipwood up front, along with obviously Rich at the centre forward line, along with Christensen and Tom Bell. But Leicester brings it back for the Brisbane Lions. It's currently 1 goal apiece for either side, but the Western Bulldogs have been dominating in this first quarter. Bastanak breaks away, trying to put it into the square, and Robert Murphy manages to intercept. A poor pass to Hipwood. Hipwood plays on, and the Brisbane Lions are still trying to press for it now. Here we go, Rich breaking away, makes it ahead for the Brisbane Lions. Also, youth-wise, as I am Tasmanian, I want to try and bring in as many Tasmanian youth players as best we can. So I'm going to try and go for, obviously, Brady Gray for Fremantle, Mitchell Hibbard from North Melbourne, Kieran Lovell, Zach Webster, Cade Kolochesny, I can't even fucking say his name, Kolochesny, the Ukrainian, he's Tasmanian as well, Ryan Gardner, Jake Kolochesny, and Lockie Weller, and maybe Alex Pearce as well. So I really want to just try and get as many Tasmanians into the squad as well. Obviously Ben Brown's Tasmanian as well, obviously Jeremy Howard as well, and so is Tom McDonald, I'm pretty sure as well. Like Grant Birch will be really cool as well. So Hipwood manages to pick it up in the third quarter. We're currently 13-6. To put us in head, Hipwood hammers it home to score his, 8th goal of the campaign thus far. His first goal of the match. And the Brisbane Lions are in front for having a pretty shaky first quarter. And second, we managed to punish the Bulldogs down at the Etihad here today. We also have the second match of today's episode against Port Adelaide. Tom Rockcliffe bombing it into the 50. Bastonak's with him, but Hipwood rises to the occasion. The thing is, right, Hipwood is so overpowered in this game because he's 6'8". You're better off trying to put your best player on Hipwood because he just rises to the occasion. He's such a clinical marker. Obviously, he's a youngster as well. The teenager is only, I think he's like 75 rating overall at the moment. I think he started like 72 or something. He's really shooting up in stats and looks like he's going to be our top goal scorer. Let me know in the comments who do you think is going to be the top goal scorer for the Lions. Rockcliffe intercepts, finding Rich. Turns his man really well at half forward. And this is where I love playing Rich at this half forward. He was in the back line for us by default at the start of the season, but I've made the decision to put him to half forward, and he scored his second goal of the match. Rich, the Viking, the descendant of Ragnar Lothbrok, puts the Lions further in front. Martin, I think he might be Tasmanian as well. I don't think Martin is actually. Leicester finds Bastonak, but it's Hipwood who gets to it. Bastonak completely mistimes the mark, and Hipwood's going to step up and try and put another one past the Doggies to make it 37 points clear of the Western Bulldogs. Well, I was pretty hairy at the start when they got that first goal, but we managed to break away in the second 2 quarters, the third and the fourth. Hipwood hammers another one home for the Lions. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. Brisbane have claimed a victory over the Western Bulldogs here today. It was a pretty dogged fight, I guess. Eric Hipwood picks up the man of the match. And yeah, let me know in the comments who do you think is going to pick up the Brownlow this season and maybe the Coleman medal as well. So we're going to be facing Port Adelaide next. We're going to have to watch out for Justin Westhoff. Port Adelaide, I have a soft spot for Port Adelaide. I really do like them, especially in the early 2000s when like Westhoff was breaking onto the scene. My God, he was so prolific up front. He's pretty decent up front now, of course, but I just remember really him breaking onto the scene for Port Adelaide. It was after they beat us in that final as well. But anyway, we're facing Port Adelaide now. We've got some training here as well, which is really cool. I wish you could do this in FIFA. You could go through the training. So we're going to try and just go through attack, and then we'll slowly work our way down depending on what are the skill points. So we'll sort of rotate from attack to the defense as well. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below players you'd like me to sign for next season. And I know there's a small but loyal following, guys, on the channel. I really want to do more AFL Evolution content. So the best thing you guys can do is leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you're new around here. So we're currently first in the AFL Premiership ladder, followed by Greater Western Sydney, Hawthorn, Carlton, the Crows. We obviously want to try and make top 8 this season so we can get to the finals. Obviously, if you're not an Australian watching, how the season sort of works differently to the Premier League, which you're probably familiar with, the English Premier League. Okay, so you have a full season of 24 games, 24 rounds, I do believe it is. We're at, what, round 6 now. Whoever makes the top 8 gets put into a final series. So the thing is, in Australia, which I kind of like about the Premier League, it's all about winning the title. It's all about winning the league. Obviously, you've got the Cups and the FA Cups as a bit of a supplement. But I feel like in Australia, like there's not really that much emphasis put on the minor premiership. It's all about getting to the finals, and just because you win the minor premiership doesn't guarantee you to win the final series, which obviously goes to a quarters, semis. It goes round to 16 basically, and then it gets to the finals. So if we can make finals this year, I'll be over the moon. So I really want to try and strengthen. I think next season we're going to really try and look for a new ruckman, because Stefan Martin is good, but he is 28 years of age. He's going to get a little bit past it, and his overall rating will go down eventually. Zorko there. We've got a really strong midfield of Beam, Zorko, and Rockcliffe. I don't really want to be tinkering that much. On the wings, we've got Richardson and we've got Taylor as well. Maybe structuring our defence. So probably bringing in a forward, because we're putting all our attack on a young teenager who shouldn't have that much pressure on him. We need a new striker up front. Not a striker. We either need a full forward or we need a half forward just to sort of help him out. I want to try and give Hipwood as much game time, so maybe, yeah, I want to try and keep him in the starting 11. But getting someone else, obviously, just sort of AFL proven, yeah, you know what I mean? Hipwood breaks away there, scores a spectacular goal. So maybe we don't need a new full forward up front, because Hipwood, 6'8", hard as fuck. He's not Swedish, but he is our hero. It was a really bad ball there from Leicester trying to whip it in. We've got Leicester, Bastanak and Hipwood still up front. Rich at the centre forward. We've got Bell and we've got Christensen. Really do like Christensen, the former Geelong man, is great. Bastanak as well, the former North Melbourne man, really coming accustomed to the ways up in Brisbane. Charlie Dixon marks in a dangerous area and brings it back to 1 goal apiece for Brisbane and Port Adelaide. Charlie Dixon pretty clinical in front of goal. Rich manages to completely mistime the tackle. We've got Ryan Leicester trying to push up. Yeah, I think our best strength with the Lions is, of course, our attack. Our midfield's really strong as well, but Hipwood with the specky over the top there rises to the occasion. Jezelenko, you beauty. What a just a clean-cut grab from Hipwood to step up here to hammer one home for the Brisbane Lions once more. It's currently 12-6, and we're leading into the second half now. Sorry, second quarter, really strong. I'm going to do that constantly throughout this series, guys, because I'm so constantly recording FIFA and this AFL Live Evolution series back-to-back, so please do forgive me. Trying to get it clear now. Tom Cutler can't quite get to it. It's going to be a scrappy piece of play for the Lions. It's been holding the ball from Stephen Martin here. Like I said, he is getting a little bit past us, so maybe we need a new Bruckman. Maybe Max Gowan or Nick Knack would be really cool. I'd love to see him at the Lions. But it looks like Port Adelaide here are going to soccer it through. And Charlie Dixon once more is keeping the power alive in the second quarter. Scores his second goal of the match, claiming 2 disposals along with it. But like I said, pretty scrappy piece of play. We are weak at the back. So maybe bring in someone like Alex Rance, maybe Williams from maybe Greater Western Sydney as well would be really good for us. Rockcliffe's just outside the 50, trying to pick up someone. It's Leicester. We've got Bewick fresh off the bench. Leicester steps up. The Brisbane... He came from the youth academy, didn't he, Leicester? He's been here a long time, so he's playing in that forward pocket. He's pretty much a utility player. Has been playing in the back line a lot for Brisbane this year and sort of in their midfield. But he's actually doing really well for me in this forward pocket, along with Bastanak and Hipwood. So maybe we need to improve the pockets as well. From the ball up, Stephen Martin wins, and Rich, out of nowhere, has so much space around him, bombs it to the goal square. Rich goes big. I think that might have just been outside of 50, but Rich scores his first goal of the match, celebrating there with Christensen as well. Stephen Martin wins the ball up, and it was just sort of how the bodies managed to collide. He's only just inside the 50 there. Rich unloads, breaking away. That is why we need Rich at that centre forward. He's got so much explosive pace, and he's got such a great kick on him. But I feel like it's a waste having it sort of half right back role that he was defaulted to. He needs to be at centre forward because he's just so clinical in front of goal. Excellent stuff there from Richie boy. Tom Rockcliffe pressing into the 50. Rowan Beckwith. I don't know how to say that. Bewick. Oh, that was woeful, but Rich manages to get to it. Oh, pushed in the back. Lucky. I shouldn't have tried to play on there. Rich steps up now. He's going to take the set shot, and Rich puts it into the crowd and continues to grow the Brisbane Lion lead. Second goal of the match, 4 disposals, 1 tackle. He's having an absolute field day out there for the Lions, and it looks like we're going to go another episode undefeated. What's this, our 6th win in the calendar? But to be fair, the Hawks are right behind us, and there's a lot of teams that have only lost like 1 game as well, so we're definitely not too far in front. Cutler coming out from defence, completely mistimes his man. It's gone into the 50 for the power, and Jarrard Pollock steps up. He's trying to centre it. He does. Finds Matthew Broadbent to bring one back for the power. He does. And we're only just in front still in the third quarter. Matthew Broadbent scores his first goal of the match, claiming 2 disposals as well. Really great stuff from the power. They're trying to square it to get a bit of easier shot on target because they are only just inside the 50, of course. It also made it a lot closer for them to shot, but hooking it across there, pretty dangerous. But the Brisbane Lion defence is lacking. Like I said, we need to try and put as many goals past the opposition before my defence gets really knackered towards the end of the match. Okay, it's been a pushed in the back on Cutter. Oh my God, how the hell did... Oh, I thought Stephen Martin might have got to that. Oh, there's been a spoil in the midfield. A lot of Brisbane Lion boys here, but we've just been carved apart here by the Power. Just look at my defence. Late in the third quarter, Angus Monfrey's going to step up, and the Power have scored a lot of goals back-to-back now. Oh, damn it. They're coming really close to me, 32-19. And Angus Monfrey scores his first goal of the match. It's being spread around the park. It's not just one sort of player we need to watch out for the Power. We just really need to close down the whole team. God damn it. It's not like our team. If you nullify, like I said before, Rich and Hipwood, you can really, really decimate and dismantle our attack. Brisbane Lions wins the ball up. Come on, stick some tackles in, boys. No, Angus Monfrey's, after just scoring the goal, he's oozing with confidence. Matthew Lobb. Finds Ollie Wines. Ollie, outside the 50, torps it. And it's a goal for Port Adelaide. No, will this be our first defeat of the season? What's this, 3 or 4 goals back-to-back for the Power? We need to step up and really try and stop them. Come on, Brisbane. Pissing down with rain as well. Sloppy from the Lions. A torpedo outside 50. What a goal from Port Adelaide. And I'm sure the Port Adelaide subscribers will be loving that. 32-31. Come on, Brisbane. Get some tackles in. That could have been high, but it's lucky. We have a lot of players here going forward. Port Adelaide. Oh, my God. Just check. It's back and forth here. It's bloody ping-pong. Beckwith whips it around the top to Bastanak. Bastanak goes big in the third half to put the Lions in front going into the fourth quarter. It's now 38-31, and this match can really go either way for Brisbane and Port Adelaide. Both teams deserve to win it. It's going to be a very dogged fight. You never know, it could be our first draw of the series as well. So we're going to be going into the fourth quarter now, 7 points ahead of Port Adelaide. Zorko, 10 minutes have been played. No points for either side. Christensen, the former Geelong man, tries to put it into the square. Lester couldn't quite get to it. There's a lot of Brisbane bodies here, though. Bastanak, couldn't quite get to it. Still, no points have been scored. Rich! Oh, here we go, Rich. Hammer this one home for the Lions to put us even further in front. We're only 7 points ahead. Rich steps up, puts it to the top of the goal square. Hipwood, no, it's Lester. Lester got to it. Hipwood went up for the mark as well. And Lester steps up to put us 13 points ahead of Port Adelaide with 8 minutes to go. It looks like the Lions are going to win here today at the Gabba. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We've claimed two victories here today. A pretty convincing win over the Western Bulldogs. We sort of left it late in those 2 last quarters. But man, that match against Port Adelaide was probably one of the toughest of the series. We only narrowly beat them for roughly around about 10 points, I think it was. Danny Rich picks up the man in the match, well-deservedly, with Tom Rockcliffe up there as well. Okay, guys, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video as much as I have, the best thing you guys can do to support the series to ensure more AFL Evolution content is leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section down below. I'll also put in the description the short list of players I would like to sign for next season. I kind of wish we could have signed players at the start, but hey, it's kind of like FIFA when you turn off the first transfer window, I guess. I want to try and bring in 2 forwards, probably 1 man in the midfield, 2 defenders, and maybe a new ruckman. Obviously, we got Richardson on the wing, who's 28. He's getting a little bit past it as well. We got Stephen Martin in the ruck. I probably want to try and bring in a younger ruckman. I also want to bring in some youth into the squad, primarily Tasmanian. So if you got any really cool, if you know of really any good Tasmanians who are really good youth prospects, I'd rather bring them into the club more than any other state. But obviously, with the forward, midfield, defence and rucks, I don't really mind overly too much. It will just be a bonus if they're Tasmanian. Anyway, thanks for watching once again. Let me know in the comment section down below those players. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all in the description below. If you guys want to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, maybe Football Manager, maybe AFL Evolution, maybe some packs and... I'm getting ahead of myself. If you guys want to get some PSN and Xbox codes to buy packs for FIFA Ultimate Team, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. Patreon, Steam Grit there as well. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. My name has been Simpzy. Take care. Goodbye. Mahrez whips it into the box. Royce! That is just ridiculous. With the layup, Marco Royce